Hi, I'm Dale Kislick,
And I'm Colleen Kislick.
and this video is all about how to build a quick ladder so we can get down to the bottom of the cliffs where
Our sandbox.
our sandbox, where we like to play. This spring the river swelled very high and brought a lot of ice with it, and we had a lot of sloughing. So all of this, you can see all the trees are green here. So this entire area just kind of went woof and slid down, and it made it so that our normal little path down this steep embankment right here, usually you can kind of shimmy your way down there, but now it's sloughed down and it's made it difficult. So we put together a ladder, and you can see the ladder right there behind me. So pretty cool. Really good practical use for building a quick ladder. It only took, well, including cutting the trees, probably half an hour, and we had this ladder up and going. And we've got at least, well, around a 20-foot drop here. So very useful ladder. All we needed was some good strong wood and some rope. So let's take a closer look. All right, so looking up at the top of the ladder there on the edge of the bank, we've got some starts with a clove hitch at the top, and then it's a series of half hitches all the way down, and then just sticking the logs in. The rungs on this ladder are spaced quite far apart. I should have spaced them a little closer together for my family, but I didn't. So it's a big step in between from one to another. I'm going to swing the camera over and you can just see where we're at from this side. Yeah, awesome. So our ultimate goal was to have fun on a family campout, but also to play in that mud pit over there, and as usual to pick up all the garbage that other people leave behind. There we go, looking up the ladder as we climb down. Okay, so you can also build the ladder from below. So for example, if you had a tree stand or a food cache, you just lay the poles up with the ropes already on, and then you can just simply climb your way up and insert the rungs, just like this. I've already learned that next time I build one, I'll put the rungs a little closer together. Some of these are pretty big steps, and you just add more half hitches to do that. Well, I ended up with the beefiest rungs at the top. That's kind of funny. There is a bit of movement at first until the rope tightens up a little bit. So there's, as with anything, there's a bit of a skill to not only building it, but also working with it. The top of the ladder starts with a clove hitch. So there's our clove hitch right there on one side. I'm going to do another clove hitch right here on the opposite side. Yeah, so the amount of rope that we need here, I've basically taken this long piece of rope and I've found the middle of the rope, and the two tail ends are down there, and the tail ends have to reach right to the bottom of the uprights. That's how long a rope you need. Even a little longer would be good. So this one I'm guessing is about a 50-foot rope. Just going through the motions of a clove hitch quickly. Pull all that through. Like so. Get it around that little knot there. There we go. So we've got two clove hitches, and as you can see, this is now loose and it can collapse on itself. If I was going up on a tree rather than a cliff, it'd be easy to place that tree right here, and the ladder actually has a grabbing action where it grabs around the top of the tree and holds itself. We don't have that opportunity here because we're going down a cliff, so I'm going to lash right here using the Canadian jam knot. I'm going to lash a rung across nice and tight. So here is a Canadian jam knot. To learn the jam knot, well, that's the subject of another video. I'll just cinch that down nice. Pull that through, lock my jam. And I cut that. So that is a completed jam knot. I'll tighten it by twisting it over. And now doing another jam knot on this side. There we go. Alright, so now our top rung is there for the top of the cliff. We'll just get rid of the paracord. Now we start building the ladder on our way down. So I'm guessing my first rung of the ladder will go right about here. It's very simple. All it is really is a half hitch. So we just come down this side of the ladder, go underneath the ladder, and quite simply pull it through. All that is a half hitch right there. I'm going to pull all of it all the way through. Whoops, I kind of lost the visual of it. There we go. Pull all of it right through, and that's it. So the rung will stick right in here, so you need to put one on the opposing side just to keep it kind of tight. I'm going to go down and do the next one too. So I'll put one right about here, and again all it is simply a half hitch, a series of half hitches on equal distance down the uprights all the way down right there. Okay, so now I'll come back up and I'll do one here at roughly the same place and pull the half hitch through just like that, and we'll line them up so they're equal. I like to keep this kind of tight. If this is too loose and saggy, then your rungs start to loosen and wobble a little bit, so I like to keep it fairly tight. Now we'll come down and do another one right there. So I'll do this last one right here, and then I'll stick a couple rungs in there, and I mean, you'll get the idea, because you just have to repeat it the rest of the way down until you reach the bottom. Then we'll do a clove hitch at the bottom, just like that. So with our two rungs, and again, you can put these in now from up above and swing. In this case, we'll slide the ladder down the cliff, or you can also assemble them from the bottom up as you go. The nice thing about this, you can disassemble your ladder really quick if it's a security issue and you don't want anybody using your ladder. Just take the rungs out, hide the rungs, and away we go. We're getting close to the bottom. Here's our last little half hitch right there, and this is where we'll be inserting the poles. You need to secure the bottom so that the rope doesn't just move and slide, and so actually I'll leave that there. The best way to do that at the bottom is to secure it with a clove hitch. I can't think of a better opportunity to use a clove hitch than here. Clove hitch is a knot that resists a sideways or a linear pull. So I'm just building my clove hitch here. Tuck under there. So I'm going to just get it down so it's tight. Work it around a bit. And what we have right there is, right there, you can see a proper clove hitch. And a clove hitch is a beautiful knot because pull from this sideways angle, it will grab. Pull down this way, it will grab. The clove hitch excels when it's around a round spar or a round log like this. So that is how we finish it. And I'm going to just lock it with a half hitch. Actually, what I'll do, just to help that a little bit, I'm just going to go around once more and put a half hitch or two on this side, just to kind of lock it in place and leave it on a bite. Nice.
Horses.